Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to yet another great episode of Bahrain Now, your source of local initiatives, happenings, talents, and trends. I'm your host, Khalid Hijris, here to walk you through our exciting lineup of segments and personalities from around Bahrain. So don't go away, we'll be right back.
The commemoration of the National Action Charter holds immense significance for all segments of Bahraini society, as it marks the visionary leadership of His Majesty the King and the dawn of the new millennium with an ambitious and pioneering project that has had a profound impact on various areas, particularly the political landscape and the preservation of freedoms. The National Action Charter has played a pivotal role in establishing a robust democratic system of governance, which is firmly enshrined in the amended Constitution. The Charter's 7th clause in the 2nd chapter serves as a powerful affirmation of citizens' rights to actively engage in public affairs and exercise their political rights, which has been vividly demonstrated through the series of parliamentary elections held under the reign of His Majesty the King.
The anniversary of the National Action Charter marks an important occasion for the Kingdom of Bahrain, and I take the opportunity to congratulate our leadership and nation. The National Action Charter signaled an era of reform and development for our country, where we continue to witness legislative achievement, and of course the National Action Charter is seen as a robust pillar of Bahrain's modern success in the political, economic and social spheres. We look forward to further reform to bring about more transparency and accountability, and for continued cooperation between our legislative, executive and judicial powers in accordance with the Constitution of the Kingdom of Bahrain.
Political work in Bahrain is intertwined to the preservation of freedoms. The National Action Charter has had a substantial influence in the freedom of opinion and expression, evident in the legal guarantee and protection of these rights. Responsible and national journalism plays a crucial role in maintaining a vibrant political environment that nurtures both freedom and transparency. Additionally, public freedoms such as the freedom to conduct scientific research and the right to express and disseminate opinions through diverse channels are upheld and protected by legislation, all while upholding the core principles of Islam and national unity.
Every 14th February, Bahrain proudly celebrates the National Action Charter and the developments that have been seen in the democratic reform, which is the project of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa. Bahrain has really seen qualitative developments and benefits from the democratic reform in the sense of human rights, freedoms, equality, equal rights for all citizens without any discrimination on the basis of sex, religion, belief, or origin. And the core of the National Action Charter really is to have mutual acceptance, religion tolerance, and peaceful coexistence. And on the other side, of course, the successful presence of Bahraini women in the field of political assignments and entitlements really is the pride and to be tribute to the political empowerment of Bahraini women, led by the Supreme Council of Women. And we have seen lots of achievements that Bahraini women have really able to score with this reform project. And because of this, of course, and of this very pleasant occasion, we raise heartily congratulations to His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa and His Royal Highness, the Prime Minister and the Crown Prince, and to all Bahraini people, and to more success and achievements.
The legacy of the National Action Charter continues to shape the nation's progress and aspirations towards a prosperous, inclusive future. Its principles and provisions have laid a solid foundation for the country's progress, fostering a spirit of unity, democracy, and respect for human rights.
Since its establishment in 1974, the American Women's Association, AWA, has been working to further consolidate friendship across borders and among all women residing in Bahrain, in addition to serving the local community in various aspects. The association's biggest biannual fundraiser, which is known as the Cherry Tree Trot, or CTT, is taking place soon at the Bahrain International Circuit. It has been running since 1981 with the aim of raising money for various charities. To talk more about that, we are pleased to be joined here at the studio by the board member, Community Service and Cherry Tree Trot chairperson, Faye Hassan, and the former president of the American Women's Association and Cherry Tree Trot, co-chair Leah Wright. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
It's a real pleasure to have you guys. And now to start us off, Faye, I'd like to ask, the CTT is a leading initiative launched by the American Women's Association. What can you tell us about its goals?
This is number 20, though, so the CTT been going on for 20 times since it started. The main goal of CTT is, it has different aims, but the two major aims, one of them is a fun day for all the centers of special needs, and the second is to raise funds to support all the centers that we do through the two coming years. That's the main purpose of the Cherry Tree Trot. We as American Women Association support around 35 centers in Bahrain that are under the umbrella of Ministry of Social Development. On that day, we bring all these centers like Bahrain Special Olympics, Bahrain Catalyst for Disabilities, and they all come for a run, like Blind Institute, Deaf Institute, Autism Centers, they all come for a run. On that day, it's not just a run, it's just it's a fun day. And on the side, we have so many companies that sponsor this event and contribute financially, and that's what makes us continue doing the Cherry Tree Trot.
It's brilliant to see that you guys have taken something that is used as a recreation, something that's quite fun, included all aspects, like the social aspects, and also, you know, the raising awareness and bringing all of these groups together. Now, Leah, moving on to you, who are the expected participants and main events that will take place on the sidelines of the CTT?
There are two types of participants. Number one are the centers that we sponsor. They send their children, their young adults, their elderly that live in the homes, and they participate in the various races that we provide. But also, we have local community, even AWA members themselves, that can register to the race and they can run on the very categories that we provide.
Brilliant, so there's a little bit of something for everyone.
Yes, on the sideline, we provide food for them. We provide entertainment that goes from muscle cars, music, cultural presentations. It's like a fun day to say thank you and to promote all the centers that we sponsor.
Brilliant. And how do you value the great success of the previous editions of the CTT?
By one word, community. The fact that we have sponsors from local merchants, and the fact that we have AWA members and volunteers from various schools, and even our family members coming together in one day to provide service to all these things going on is what makes the success.
Beautifully said. And Faye, what do you think is going to make this year's edition of the CTT special?
It's going to be very special this year because the last CTT we had was in 2020, and after that it was the pandemic, so we had to stop for almost 4 years having no CTT, and it led to a shortage of funds to support all the centers that we do. So hopefully this year it's going to be very unique, and and the centers, we've been waiting for it as well because it's a fun day for them. They enjoy it and they enjoy all the activities and everything. So we are really looking forward, same like the centers, to this year's CTT.
Brilliant. And I'd also like to follow up by asking you that through the CTT, AWA aims to support more than 30 centers for the following 2 years. What can you tell us about these centers and AWA's efforts in these regards?
Actually, we also support these centers not just financially, also by going to, we have a big team of ladies who contribute their time to, they volunteer their time and they go to the centers and they read books with the elderly, play games, and then like we have autism centers that they go, they also go there and play with the kids. We have psychiatric hospital that also we go and do activities with them. We not just financially support these. We also provide them with things that they want, like if they want computers, printers, any kind of equipment that they want, we also support and give.
So really consolidating that community aspect of it, which I think you guys have beautifully communicated, the role of community in CTT. And now, Leah, what can you tell us about AWA's other initiatives?
We are very engaged to the community. So as we know, there are a lot of local vendors that thrive to have an opportunity to sell their items. Our second major fundraiser is the Snowflake Craft Fair. It's usually celebrated in November. So we opened to the public. It was very successful. We have over 100 vendors this past November, and we are looking forward to that this year as well. We have our events that we provide to the members. For instance, book club, we have an outing, golf club, we have Scrabble, we have various photography groups, and these are all to the members of AWA. So it's very engaged to the societies. Let's say you're a new member and you just came to Bahrain, you feel involved into the community, because Bahrain, a CTT and AWA is nothing but a cultural exchange and friendship fostering.
And again, I'm seeing a lot of cooperation. And on that note, I'm sure that you cooperate with so many different institutions and entities. Can you tell us a little bit about the role they play in helping AWA achieve their goals?
Mostly it's giving back to the society. So let's say if a merchant sponsors us, we apply that money towards the community back again. So it's a full circle. By opening up to any nationality, as long as you have a CPR, you're local to Bahrain legally, you can be part of AWA. So even though it's an American women's organization, you are not distinctive to being Americans only. We open to any nationality, and that is part of the circle, the full circle of opening up and fostering this exchange.
Very wonderfully put, and very eloquently brings back that theme of community. And Faye, what can you tell us about AWA's upcoming plans and projects?
We continue to do events. We, like my colleague Leah said earlier, we do a craft fair, which is also one of the biggest fundraising event. And after we finish this Cherry Tree Trot, we will start again preparing for the next one. But also, to wrap this up, I would like to thank BIC for offering us and sponsoring our event to be there at a very prestigious place. And also there are many organizations like the Bahrain Police Band and the Harley Bike, well, I think they called Bahrain Bikers now, and also Mustang Group, and many also entertainment that they come for free. Everyone comes for free to entertain all these children, where we, at the end of the day, at the end of the race, the fun race, we give them medals, trophies, and also we provide them with snacks, food. So everything you will come and everything you see there is provided by the local community. And Bahrain is known to be a very charitable and very generous in helping the community. So, and if you are interested, and this race is for disabled and also for able people. So if you would like to contribute to our country, to our special needs, please go to our Instagram page, AWA Bahrain, and register for the race.
Well, thank you, ladies, so much for joining us today. I mean, I feel like I learned a lot about what you guys do, and it's really wonderful to see that theme of community being kept alive in such an engaging and multifaceted way. So thank you guys so much for joining us today.
Thanks.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Viewers, don't go away. We'll be right back with more on Bahrain Now. Young Inspirers is a leading initiative that aims to provide children and youth with required knowledge regarding the importance of sustainable development goals in collaboration with various public and private sectors and institutions this year. The Inspirers team is launching a creative initiative called Inspirers Spring, in which different members of the society will be engaged in a learning, entertaining experience. And to talk more about that, we are pleased to be joined here at the studio by the Deputy Leader of Young Inspirers team, Emil Badawi, member of Young Inspirers team, Maria Lamir, member of Golden Inspirer team, Yusuf Al-Hilali. Welcome guys, how are you guys doing today?
Doing great.
Well, it's great to see you guys. You guys look all very enthusiastic. Now, to start off with, I want to ask Yusuf a question. Can you give us a brief idea of the establishment of the Young Inspirers team and its main goals?
I was 5 years old. It started in Cherry Tree for Youth and Children Club. There are activities there, so I liked it. So I decided to join. And our goals are to achieve the 17 Sustainable Development Goals.
Brilliantly said. And what encouraged you to join?
Let me join because I was excited. I just want to have an activity instead of sitting home all the time.
Brilliantly said. And Emil, what makes a Young Inspirers team very unique compared to other youth initiatives?
I mean, the list goes on, but for starters, we can definitely say that we depend on the hands-on experiences. We don't depend on lectures and anything boring. As Yusuf said, we like to make all the fun over here. So yeah, hands-on experiences, we don't depend on telling you what to do. Also, we depend that every single initiative, every single event and activity is basically from A to Z is by the initiatives, by the volunteers themselves. The ones responsible is like our actual Duha Al-Bashir, our founder, the founder of our initiative. She doesn't get involved in anything. She's like, do whatever you want. We are with you. That's one thing. Another thing, we also depend on society engagement. We bring all parts of the society, old, young, males and females, every single thing. You like it or you don't, you're also with us. So I mean, we are engaging every part of the society. We love all.
That's very brilliant. Like, it's a very inclusive community, one that brings everyone together on that based philosophy, basically, of wanting to do stuff hands-on. And I'm someone who personally really responds well to hands-on kind of learning, so I really appreciate that.
We're waiting for you.
Oh,
our doors are always open.
You know, now that I have an invitation, thank you very much. I might look into it. And now, Maria, what can you tell us about this year's initiative, as well as its goals and its target audience?
Okay, so basically, an initiative team is a community youth initiative that works to instill and adopt a set of values and principles. And from the values, like the main values or the values of the partnership. So the partnership is really important, as we're having a lot of partnerships.
Yeah, we focus on universities, ministries, private sectors. We don't just depend on one thing, we depend on everything. And we like to make friends everywhere.
Yeah, as the target audience for this year is more, like we used to just target more the children and youth people, but this year is going to be different, where like the target is more bigger, which we target the children, young people, orphans, senior citizens, and many other.
Brilliant. And again, it just goes back to that theme of community, bringing everyone together. Now, I'm sure with an initiative like this, Emil, you have a lot of cooperation, like you said, with everyone from ministries to societies, public and private sector. So can you tell us a little bit about what that cooperation entails?
That cooperation entails not just in the idea of giving us a platform or a space. They also support us. Like, they are on constant support on giving us that idea of that you can do everything and nothing could stop you, no limitations. Especially the Ministry of Youth and Sports Affairs, they have been with us since the beginning, and the support. And recently in the Inspire Spring, we are engaging and support. We will be having support from the Royal Humanitarian Foundation, from the Knowledge Resources Centers, which means the Ministry of Education, and also we will be having the newcomers for us are the Disabled Society. they will be with us and they will be our friends.
So, I mean, it's really brilliant, again, to see all of this cooperation and how it's really kind of empowered you guys. Just by seeing the way that you guys talk, it's very clear to me that you guys have had very practical experiences. And, you know, it's also great to see that it's very holistic. You have all of these different entities coming together. Now, Maria, I'd like to ask you, how do you value that opportunity of being able to work with so many different entities?
Okay, it's actually all from the support we get from the institutions. Okay, so it's a really great thing and a wonderful thing that you get the support from the institutions, as we can't deny or forget the support from our leader, Ms. Duha, as our supervisors also, Ms. Alia Yasin, and many other supervisors. That help us to achieve more faster, as the institutions that helped us, like Ministry of Youth and Children and Sharif Al-Awadi Children and Youth Club, Knowledge Resources Centers, all these help us to communicate more and gave us like more confidence to achieve and have distinguished us more to volunteer work.
And I could definitely say we have changed so vastly since we started with the Young Initiatives initiative. I mean, Yusuf, my best friend. I have learned so many things from Yusuf and also Maria. Traveling together and attending so many conferences and a lot of international events has gave us that confidence that I can do everything and anything and nothing could stop me. And I could definitely owe that to our initiative. It has been a platform, a space for us to express ourselves, for us to dream big and never be afraid that society could tell us, oh no, you cannot do that. No, you can do that and you can break the world.
Very brilliantly said. Like, again, and to see the way that you guys have learned so much and the way that you guys are able to express yourselves, and even amongst each other, you guys have an incredible dynamic. So it's like, it's a really great thing to see. And I'm always happy to see how much the investments into the youth of Bahrain really pay off. And even to see it in something like this kind of interaction is just really heartwarming, to be honest. And now, Yusuf, I'd like to ask you to tell us a little bit about the team's current and previous programs.
All the programs of the Inspired Initiatives have a long-term journey. It's fun and useful at the same time.
Brilliant. And is there anything in particular that you feel like you've gotten a lot of use out of or that you found particularly useful?
All of the things are useful.
All of them are useful? Well, that is a very golden commendation, to be fair.
Give him this piece to talk about Minecraft and he could go on and on. Sah, Yusuf?
Have you used Minecraft to learn anything during the youth initiative?
Yep.
Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Like I learned how, for example, to teach the children, for example, how to use plants well in Minecraft. And I also participated in the Bahrain International Garden Show, and I won first place for how to save water.
Well done.
I mean, we have over here a super league.
No, and it's incredible to see that they can take your interests, actually, and give you a platform through which you can explore stuff. And even something like video games, like a lot of people don't understand that you can take something like a game like Minecraft and actually make it really engaging to explore real world issues, like, for example, saving water. Thank you for sharing that.
Welcome.
And Maria, could you tell us a little bit about the team's regional, and you guys have also mentioned that you also do like international partnerships as well, right?
Yeah. Actually, the partnership, like this partnership, is a really educational and a regional thing. Like this regional and international partnership is a really great thing, and this just helps more people to achieve and know more about the sustainable development goals and be aware of it, as well as we're having some partnerships from Oman, Egypt, and Qatar, and just let the people aware of the social, like keep them more sociable together.
Brilliantly said. And again, it's really cool to see that it's really putting into context, like, again, real world issues, but bringing it to you guys in a fun way that is also quite social actually.
And relatable.
Really,
and relatable.
Care to emphasize on that fact?
Of course, dealing with my age range and helping each other to get to a certain goal. We're helping the world, but also we're having fun. The thing about it, that the age gap between me and Maria is like 2-3 years. The age gap between me and Yusuf, I'd like not to say that because I'm not that old. And being a university student, Maria being a high school student, and also Yusuf being in elementary, all we come together and we make something fantastic. We make something that could help the world, making better tomorrow, making us nation builders.
I think that is a really inspiring sentiment to share. And again, I say this, you guys are very cohesive, and there is a very dynamic kind of way that you guys communicate. Even just on this couch, like the way that you guys all kind of fit together. I mean, it's a really incredible thing to see, and you clearly all have the same goals as well, which is incredible.
I can promise you could never get bored of us. Just come. Just come.
No, I have absolutely no doubt of that. Now, just before we conclude, I would like to ask Emil about, what can you tell us about the main achievements that what are the main achievements that you've acquired, in the previous year?
Let me make sure that there are no any mic drops. There are nothing for people to get amazed because we're getting somewhere.
Is it gonna be that jaw dropping?
Yeah, it is jaw dropping. Hold up your jaws.
All right.
We have been chosen to be the second best initiative in the Arab world, in the Sharqa Communication Government Award in September of 2022, if I'm right. We have also been listed as one of the best initiatives in the Arab world in the Guide for Youth Initiatives. We have also been nominated and chosen to be a part of the Youth Arab Council in Egypt, talking all about integrated development. We also have been chosen to be, let me just remember that back. we have also participated in the World Volunteering Conference in Abu Dhabi, a conference that have just basically gathered every single volunteer from every single sector in the world in Abu Dhabi, and we were the youngest and the smallest group participating internationally in Abu Dhabi. So yes, both nationally and internationally, we have been always there.
Well, congratulations, guys. I think you guys have achieved more than I have in my considerably longer lifespan. So, I mean, mabrukum, that is an incredible achievement, and I think is a real testament to all of the hard work and dedication that you guys put into this. So well done. And finishing on that very high note, Yusuf, what can you tell us about the upcoming projects?
I will present a workshop on how to save plants using Minecraft. It will be in the upcoming month. My goal is to achieve one of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals.
Brilliant. I'm really looking forward to that. You did mention the Minecraft thing earlier, and I'm very curious about how that's going to go.
That is one thing. I mean, we still have more and more surprises coming. We will be changing libraries. The knowledge resources centers, we will be working on renovating these centers. We will also work on, basically, you know what? I'm gonna keep it a secret. Just follow us on Instagram and be updated. We're gonna make you be on your toes and wait for our news. But what we promise you is that we are trying, and we will make Bahrain a better world. We are nation builders, and Inspire Spring is something you should definitely be a part of or watch, because it may include, and I could assure you, it will include something of your interest. So follow us on Instagram, Inspires at Team.
Well, consider my interest piqued, and again, I just want to thank you guys for this amazing chat.
Thank you.
Guys have been absolutely brilliant, and I can't wait to see what you guys come up with next. I think that if this interview was anything to go on, I think we can all expect some really great things from you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
It was my pleasure, guys. So viewers, stay tuned, and we'll be right back with some more inspiring content on Bahrain Now. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at what's going on beyond the studio in the following report.
We welcome our viewers to the coverage of the 5th day of the Ministry of Interior Bahrain Tennis Challenger Championship held here at the General Security Officer Club courts. The Ministry of Interior Bahrain Tennis Challenger Championship held at the General Security Officers Club in Ghudaybiyah continues from February the 11th to February the 17th. The tournament is organised and supervised by the General Security Sports Federation, and this championship is distinguished by its exceptional level, characterised by sportsmanship, fair competition and the advanced technical level of the participating elite players. Tennis players have expressed their satisfaction with their first visit to the Kingdom of Bahrain and praised the excellent organisation of the tournament in all aspects.
It feels good to play here in Bahrain. It's an Arab country, so it always feels really good for the Arab players. We don't have many events, so it's nice to be here, and I hope my run will be really long this week. There is not many Arab players on tour. I think there is maybe 3 or 4 that are in the top 500. 99% of the year I play outside of the Arab world, so it feels really nice to be playing in Bahrain or in an Arab world in general. We feel at home. We feel there is much more support from the tournament, from the crowd, so it's really nice. It's an advantage we have when we have these tournaments, but most of the players, they have so many more tournaments in their region, so it's an advantage to them. So I'm happy we are starting to have more tournaments in the Arab world, and hopefully we can also encourage and support the Arab players this way.
It's good, I like it, and the facilities here are all nice and the organization's good, but overall city is pretty nice. I like it.
Alongside the championship, an exhibition and various activities have been organised. The exhibition featured a participation of the police music band, while different sports competitions and activities were organised for the public.
We have a lot of matches happening, and I also think we're kind of warming up. We have more to come. The further we go, the stronger the matches get. And looking forward, opened the fan zone here, and it's looking really, really nice. Happy faces everywhere, and we hope to see anyone that could make it, to be honest.
This is my first visit to Bahrain, and I've been so impressed by everything, but especially by the event that's being put on this week, and my first visit to the expo as well, like really impressed with just everything and the attention to detail. I think this is an exciting tournament, not just for Bahrain, but for the Challenger Tour, and I think this tournament is just going to go from strength to strength over the next few years. So it's really a pleasure to be here, and I think it's an event that everyone in Bahrain should be proud of.
The Ministry of Interior has previously organised numerous tournaments, which highlights its ability to host such international tournaments in the Kingdom of Bahrain. Experiencing with you in such a beautiful atmosphere here at the Ministry of Interior Bahrain Tennis Challenger Championship, held from February the 11th to the 17th. Reporting for Bahrain International Television, Safia Al-Hajri.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've made it to the finish line. A huge thank you to all of our guests for joining us tonight. Another huge thank you to all of you watching us at home. As always, be sure to reach out to us on our social media accounts shown below. We'd love to hear from you. And this was Khalid Idris, and until next time, good night and God bless.